Well, welcome back to the Piney Woods Homestead. Man, here we go again with some wild weather. 65 degrees this morning and a light rain going on. And just the other day it was 20 degrees and I was out here. Now the walk and talk brought to you this morning, y'all, just because the weather's so nasty. And I got a little something I want to talk about. I want to talk about Texas, and God bless Texas. Y'all, the pigs are loving this 65-degree weather this morning. All this hard frozen ground has turned back into just slop. And pigs love mud. These pigs have got so many wallers out here. It's like a resort for pigs out here. They're nice and comfortable. Unlike a lot of us Americans that are starting to get even more uncomfortable as time goes on and as more challenges are faced at our southern border, but it's not just there, y'all. It's a whole lot of different places. We'll talk a little bit more about that as I keep going here. Just checking on the hogs real quick, making sure that the fence is secure, because that fence protects these pigs that are on the inside, y'all. It protects them from predators that may come in from the outside. So I walk it usually every couple of days and just make sure that there are no trees down on this outer woven wire, making sure that the electric is functioning on the inside. Keep any predator from being able to stick his nose through there and hop on in. That's the idea of the field fencing that we use. Keeps these large animals in where they're nice and safe, keeps the predators out from getting in there and hurting them. So this issue of fencing down on the southern border, that's nothing new, y'all. This is something that has been going on for decades. You got people that want to protect borders. You got people that want open borders. You got people that believe it is not humane. You got people that believe that it is humane. And you got some people out there that just don't care any other way unless it affects them. Well, this issue down there in Texas right now is getting a whole lot of media attention, and it's pitting the state against the Fed. Boy, that's nothing new, is it? State against Fed. That has been going on, y'all, for a long time, but it seems to be getting worse here in these past few days, really, y'all, as far as a governor standing up to a president. We've seen that before, y'all. We have seen that before in the history of our country. And I can say that, and y'all know exactly what I'm talking about without me just coming out and saying it. But there's something that concerns me, y'all. There is something that concerns me more than letters being written to a president or other governors saying we stand with this governor or we stand with these people. Y'all, we are all the same people here in the United States. We are supposed to be one people. But there's a whole lot of division going on, and that division has been going on, y'all, forever. This is nothing new. There is nothing new under the sun. The problem is that we can never seem to get over our division enough to come together as a country. There may have been times where it felt like we had come together pretty good. But y'all, I'm just looking back in my life. I have seen, let's see, racial divisions. I have seen socio-economic divisions, and I'm talking about how much money you make, how much money I make, rich and the poor, and those caught in the middle, and those that have not, and those that have plenty. Now it just seems like those that have a lot, and those that have a little, have way little. It just goes up and down, y'all, on these different things. But what concerns me most about what's going on down in Texas right now, the vernacular that we're hearing out of there, is that will this lead to conflict? Will it lead to conflict amongst law-abiding citizens? And I wonder, y'all, let me just throw this out there. Tell me what you think, y'all. You know, we're all about sharing ideas and thoughts on here. I wonder, are we being goaded? Are we being goaded into something that we can't come back from? At least not easily. Y'all, I say God bless Texas, and I mean that. But it's not just Texas. It's this whole country, y'all. And it's not just the country. It's the people that are being allowed in, whether they have ill intent or whether they do not, especially those that don't have ill intent and they're just trying to escape some type of persecution and come make a better life. I get that. So I get that side of the coin. I also get that there are people bent on ill will. So what do we do about that? The powers that are in charge are supposed to handle these issues, because the ordinary American citizen puts that trust, and I say that loosely now, into those authorities to take care of issues like that, so that we the people don't have to deal with it and get our hands dirty ourselves. And y'all, I'm afraid that that's what some are wanting Americans to do, is get their hands dirty. And you might think, well, at what point do we have to get our hands dirty? I don't know the answer to that, y'all. I wish that I did, but I don't know the answer to that. But I do know that those that are in a position of authority are supposed to be acting on the authority of we the people. And like I said, it's not just Texas being affected by this. It's places all across America where tens of thousands of people have been placed all over, and here in North Carolina as well. What do you do with such an influx of people needing to be fed, needing medical care, needing housing, needing jobs? What do you do with all that? As if we didn't have enough on our plate as it is. Now, more is being created to put on our plate. Whew, it is overwhelming, y'all. It is overwhelming. So at what point do Americans say enough is enough? I think that's where we're heading with this. I think that that is what's being tested. When will Americans say enough is enough? How much enough have we had over the past several years, y'all? How much enough is enough? At some point, I'm afraid we might see that. I had walked down here in the woods because this ditch that runs on the other side of the garden, it does its job great, but I noticed that some water had jumped over when we just had some massive floods, y'all, and has run out and had run down the opposite side of the garden. I don't need a whole bunch of erosion where we're growing our food at. So I got to bring the excavator in here and recut a ditch that I had originally cut with the tractor to get the water that's coming off of about a 20-acre field on the other side of us and jumping the ditch and coming out here and trying to start a new one, trying to erode our land, what we have worked so hard to make productive for us and our family. And so that's just another, I guess you'd call that analogy of what's going on. We got a major flood jumping over an established border that is starting to erode very much everything that Americans have worked so hard for, to provide for their families, to help others in need. It's being eroded. And I'm not just talking about economic things. Our faith has been attempted to be eroded by just evil, y'all. So in a time like this, we shouldn't be in a time like this to start with, but it is. We are in it, and so we just press on, y'all. We press on. We try to take care of ourselves, our family, our neighbors, and we continue to do our duty as Americans and try to hold those accountable that, because my trust in higher offices are not what they once were, it's hard for me to say hold them accountable. We're trying to do that, I know, but it's a confusing time. It's a confusing time. And I know I'm rambling, y'all, because I'm frustrated, as I know many of y'all are frustrated with what's going on in America. And I have to remind myself, y'all, that the only thing that is true is Christ. I have to remind myself of that. I have to keep looking to that. I also have to take care of what God has given us here, which is the Piney Woods Homestead, and try to be an encouragement to those of you out there that watch us, not to be a doom and gloomer at all. I'm a realist. I also have hope that things can get better, and they will get better, y'all. They will get better at some point or another. And you can take that as, will they get better here? Will they get better in eternity? Yes and yes. I believe they will get better. But I believe it's going to be a hard road. And during that hard road, y'all, we just keep on pressing forward like these pigs. Keep rooting forward. That's all that we can do. And we hope for the best. We do our duty as Americans to take care of our friends, family, and neighbors. And we see what's coming, y'all. We don't just jump right in there and get on each bandwagon that's coming our way. We kind of stand back and take it in and see what's really happening, y'all. Because I'm not sure that what's going on down there isn't orchestrated. Time's going to tell, guys. Time's going to tell. But in the meantime, God bless Texas. God bless all these places that are getting inundated with stuff they really just can't handle. So y'all, if you've stuck with me this long, I appreciate it. I know it's kind of a rambling, frustrated mess. But such is what we are living in. A frustrating mess. Guys, while we're waiting on things to get better, keep on, if you are rural, grow some food, y'all. Grow some food. Raise some pigs if you can afford to. It's not cheap. We're probably going to skip a breeding this year. We've got 2 we're going to put up in the freezer for ourselves. And then we'll breed again next year. That's just kind of how it rolls, y'all. Got chickens ordered for the farm market coming in the spring. Lisa's working on cataloging some seeds today, seeing what we need. We're trying to get our mindset ready for spring. I think it's a more important time than ever to be growing your own food if you can. Not only because of the uncertain times, but just because it's a sensible thing to do, if you're able to do it. Y'all, an update on these high sea boots. I've been wearing them out here for over a week now. No leaks. They're comfortable. I'm enjoying wearing them. You can take advantage of that 15% off. Links in the description. Using that code Piney Woods. And I believe it's site-wide. Y'all, I got to get inside. I cannot handle this humidity like I once did. And that probably affects my rambling nature. Y'all, you have a good day, a great week. Lord willing, and the creek don't rise too soon or too high. We'll see you on the next one.